All right.
Yo.
Welcome to the very first live episode of
We're
Wrestling
live.
with Life. We have gone 19 episodes now, and this is our very first live episode, which is kind of cool. And for that occasion, we did not come alone.
No.
We brought good friend Yolanda. What is going on? Welcome to the show.
Hey, how's everybody doing?
We're doing pretty good. Just, chilling. Another wonderful night hanging out, doing our thing, just chatting away.
Wonderful. So, the Android, somebody hating on me, something, but it's all good. I think we're going to power through.
All right. So we okay. So you were a pivotal and integral part of the Chikara machine.
Yes.
You made all the merchandise run. So that was a number of years ago.
Yes.
And
Yes.
Since Chikara, it had been quite some time since we had seen each other, and then
Yes.
Steel Stack SmackDown comes up, and there we are, and we've seen you a number of times now since then,
Right.
including
Yes.
your guest appearance at Power Pro Lucha.
Yeah.
Good times. So why don't you let everybody know what exactly you've been doing since then? Because you're like kind of semi-famous now, aren't you?
It's weird in a way, yes, but I only feel it when I see people.
Right.
I definitely don't feel famous via social media. Because if that's the case, my numbers be up. But when people see me in person, yeah, it's wild. When it's funnier when somebody is with me that don't realize it, and then
Right.
they see it unfold in front of them, and they're like in shock and disbelief. The low key rock star status I have
Right.
at these shows. I love it though, because depending on where I'm at, like Power Pro Lucha, I know that's family.
Right.
So
Yeah.
there was people who was tapping me and spinning me around, and I didn't get upset because I clearly you know me.
Right. Right.
Sure.
So I was just happy to see who's next to see and give a hug and have joy with,
Right.
So
Right.
yeah. So what I've been doing, since Shakara, geez.
A lot.
A lot. Designing pro wrestling gear.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I feel like there's some other stuff too, but designing pro wrestling gear. I went back into full time in the fashion design industry. So I'm a head designer.
Nice.
Thank you. And I teach. I do career days and spread a good gospel of pro wrestling.
Nice.
Because when I do career days, I talk about the fashion design part and the wrestling designer part.
Mm-hmm.
I was on a panel about fashion and pro wrestling for South by Southwest.
Oh,
So
nice.
that was pretty sweet.
Hell yeah.
I had a fashion show last WrestleMania weekend. I'm trying to think of anything else. It may be more stuff, and I'm pretty proud of myself. Normally I forget here's one. I almost
Okay.
forgot, but I'm very proud of this. I actually had what I like to call a wrestling designer exhibit.
Ooh.
The college I went to asked me to submit designs in the alumni section of this particular venue, and I got to do that. Eventually, it happened last year, so I'm not too late. But eventually, the goal is to have like a virtual tour. I have all these photos and videos, or maybe I'll shoot a documentary. I don't know, but a lot of people didn't know because I'm terrible at promoting myself.
Yeah. Right.
But luckily we got footage and proof to show to the world, because I have to keep in mind that it's never too late
Right.
to be proud of your accomplishment.
Absolutely. So which then came first for you? Was it the fashion design or was it wrestling?
Fashion design. So I knew I wanted to be a fashion designer since I was 7, so that was the goal. And then I got introduced to pro wrestling. Well, honestly, what probably was like 4. Really, is my earliest memory because it was a rock and roll cartoon,
Oh
rock and
yeah,
wrestling
yeah.
cartoon. It was like my
Yeah.
earliest memory. And then
Nice.
at my grandma's house, I remember seeing it, but but it was hard to be consistent because I was going to like the art camps and maybe art
Mhm.
school on Saturdays. So it wasn't really until 90, I'm gonna say 94, SummerSlam 94
Oh,
is when
okay.
it started being consistent.
Mm.
Like, yeah, full steam ahead ever. I never took a break. I'm not the ones that go, yeah, I stopped watching wrestling at a certain time. No,
Same.
I never
Same.
took a break.
I never stopped. I always say to my friends that did stop, I'm like, listen, every show has to have a bad season or 2 or 3. So I just powered through the bad seasons to get to the good seasons. That's all.
There you go.
Yeah, exactly. And there was a couple times where, for me, I had to like make a choice because when I got to college, I was so focused. I knew I couldn't watch everything,
Right.
so I was like, what am I going to stay consistent with? And I kept wrestling because I used to watch basketball and all that stuff, and I cut all that out. And I made sure no matter what, I was home at least for Monday and Friday,
Mm-hmm.
and not at the school, so I could stay up with wrestling. And then when I started commuting from Philly to New York to go to work on Mondays, it was starting to get hard. So there is a part that's a little rusty, if I remember the year, where it
Mm-hmm.
was hard to keep to get home in time for Raw because there were times I had to work late in New York,
Right.
and I
Right.
get home it might be like 12 o'clock. So it was certain things I might have missed, but it wasn't because I didn't want to watch it no more.
Right.
It's because career was number one.
Right. Right.
So, how then do you get involved in the wonderful world of Chikara?
So let's see how I want to say this. Because it's not bad. It's
Right.
just so I was given sorry.
No, you're good. You're
That's
good.
all right.
You're good.
So I learned about it because of a podcast called Smart Wrestling Fan.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
All
Right.
Yeah.
And back then it was Wiggly. The host was Wiggly and Joe Negron.
Mm-hmm.
And they would talk about indie wrestling like all the time.
Right.
And then and it was talk about Chikara.
Mm-hmm.
And then one day they invited me to go to a show, and I went, and my and it was jarring because I didn't know what I was going into because I didn't Google, I didn't do nothing. I
Sure.
just went,
Sure.
and you see these people and characters. I mean, you see mass people and different
Mm-hmm.
characters, and it was a little jarring at first, but I did get to enjoy it. But
Right.
it's not funny. He's alive, so I can say this. But my first show is when Lindsay did his shooting star. Excuse me,
Oh,
his shooting
okay.
star. And didn't land too well.
Oh no.
And they stopped the show.
Oh no.
So I missed Chris. So there was I didn't see the main event, which would have been Quack versus Hero.
Oh, good match.
And then and that was chapter 11. I'm pretty sure that's the name of the show,
Mm-hmm.
which I believe was their season finale.
Right.
But the next show I went to was King of Trios 2008.
Mm.
And I was hooked after that.
So
it was a wrap.
Oh, I can imagine.
So who were like some of your favorites back then in the early days of
Ooh.
Chikara?
Claudio,
Mm.
Cassignoli,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Sarah Del Rey.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I love her to this. Nobody ever in their life talk bad about Sarah in front of me.
Right.
I absolutely love this woman. Who was another one? The original Sis.
Oh,
yeah.
I know
okay.
there's different incarnations, and I like them
Right,
too.
right.
Yeah.
But the original fits were
Yeah. Oh yeah.
oh, okay. I'll mention two more. The Colony for sure.
Of course,
Sure.
of course.
Yep.
And hold on, I just want to make sure I'm not missing nobody before I say this last person who more people need to know about. Okay. Ben Gerard.
Oh, yes.
Okay, right.
Absolutely love Ben Gerard. And and I'm gonna talk just a little more about him because more people he don't get enough credit. So what I loved about his character is, to me, it was like, I don't want to say relatable, like I ever felt this way, but it was kind of like he was the bad guy, but at the same time, well, wouldn't you be upset? It's like, it wasn't his fault. He was just trying to, because the whole thing was he was a fake luchador and he got exposed and they kicked him out. But all he wanted to do was wrestle. He was just doing his best. And then y'all don't consider that he tried his hardest, and then he comes out bitter. And then he has on the Equinox tight, right? But over it, he got on these black, like distress, like over the Equinox tight. And it was, he understood who Vince Gerard was, even down to his merchandise. He had these joints called hate by tens. I think that's
Nice.
To this day is to me the best merchandise of all time. He sold it for $5, and I got as many as I could. And each time he would write what he don't like about you or write something nonsense. And I loved it. He would call me the wrong name. I didn't care.
That's amazing.
Hilarious. Even his merch made sense. And if you know me, or at least worked with me or hired me, you know I love presentation is key. So he, out of everybody, to me, understood everything about his character, down to the music, down to the way he posed, and he for real is my favorite as far as the single competitor. He's Oh, Kingston, duh! I know I was forgetting somebody. Eddie Kingston,
of course. I didn't forget Kingston, of course.
Because I was going through my brain. I was like, wait, I know I was forgetting before I mentioned Vince Gerard. Yeah, Eddie Kingston for sure. And I think that's it. Hope I ain't missing nobody. Don't yell at me.
No,
never.
Yeah.
No.
Well, Eddie Kingston is a great one because when they talk about people being real, he's
as real as it gets.
He's realer than anybody else because you look at him and you instantly see his passion. Like it just exudes off of him.
He's one of the only current wrestlers that truly believes it's real to him, damn it. Like he does everything he says, he means every word he says, every promo, every move he makes everything matter still and count. Like he's one of the few that truly believes in wrestling, like 100%.
Absolutely. His promos were so good, especially the one. And now I remembered one other person. And I'm like, Yolanda, this is terrible that you're forgetting all this stuff. I mean, I can think of two more actually really quickly.
Yeah, let's do it.
Was his best promo, one of them, did a lot, was it was the last one before he wrestled Quack for the about to mix up names. The Grand Championship.
Yes.
That was, oh my God. So like he gets you emotional. But I gotta say these two before I forget again. Hollow Wicked and actually I'll name three even though he passed. Oh the hell. No the hell was the name was up. All right, fine. Larry Sweeney. Marvelous Mitch Ryder. Shane Hawk. And the great and devious.
There he is.
Tremendous Black. Like he has to this day. I say something that he said in shoot. I mean, we can't even throw Bryce Runsberg in that bug. But
we're getting old school now. Right,
yeah. So there's not a promo. what do you call that? He was, because Mantis would do a lot of commentary, right?
Yes, yes.
And he was talking to somebody, might have been Bryce, and Bryce asked him about something, and he was like, "How do you know?" And then Mantis was like, "Rumor." And so to this day, when I talk about stuff, especially if it's tea worthy, I go rumors. So
Yeah, listen,
and I've been saying this probably since 2008.
Right.
Old school Hellertown VFW, listening to Larry Sweeney and Ultramanus Black on commentary. I would put them up against anybody. They were, I mean, whoever had the brilliant idea to throw them two together, my God, was it brilliant? Because they were just, oh man,
I loved it. I loved when he kept calling them the Golden Palomino.
Right, yes.
Oh, so good.
Oh, so good. So now, who got your first wrestling merch and who got your first wrestling gear?
Ooh.
You've been thinking today, man. Jeez.
Yeah, I know the answer to this, but I chuckle when I say it. So there's two answers.
Okay.
Now, is this going to be like the two answers you gave to the last question? Because it ended up being like 14.
Right.
Absolutely not. Only two. I promise.
Only two.
No, it's
only two. Unless you want me to make an honorable 3, which now I will.
Sure.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Let's go.
So we're gonna go 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
So, I didn't design this or at all, but I want to do a fun fact. So for King of Trios 2009, Claudio wore a trench coat that he eventually wore when he got signed to FCW. My grandfather made that coat for Claudio.
Oh wow!
So
that's awesome.
That's a fun fact.
Super cool.
Yeah, and the first design, as people know me to do, would be for Sarah Del Rey.
Oh, okay.
So the gear that she started wearing, I can't remember if she started wearing it for BDK, but she wore it a lot during those years. It might have been maybe a little before that, but that BDK era is majority my design.
That'd be a gimmick, BD Karen.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Oh.
But the first that I don't talk about a lot, probably because it just drove me crazy. Funny enough, it's been Gerard.
There you go.
But I actually made the tights.
Nice.
I made them. He wanted these patchwork tights. And I don't want to say stupid name because he later said, "Oh, I wasn't expecting all this detail. I just thought you would just sew a pair of tights, right? Like plain tight, and then put patches on top." But I'm like, no, that's not what patchwork means.
Right.
I did the pattern, but I cut out all these different squares. So it's like 5 colors, and I put, you laid them out, and then I sewed each square together like a psycho, and then sewn them up. And I remember I was so mad at it. I mean, I should have been mad at him. I should have been mad at me, but I was mad at him. And for asking me to do this and for me agreeing. It's like, it was your fault. I think I threw it at him at an ISW show and said, I'll give you your money back. I don't want to do this no more.
Take it back.
No, I like it. He was like, it does fit. You just gotta because it did. It wasn't like loose or nothing, but it might have been. But I think it was too tall, and I had to fix that. But it was just a lot of work. Because I'm crazy and did it the right way instead of thinking about it from another perspective.
Sure.
But here's the funny thing is he wore them with Stigma at Osaka Pro.
Oh, okay.
If I was to only make one pair of gear in my life, that's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
That is pretty
very cool.
All right, let me ask you this. Do you remember the first time we officially met?
Oh, dang.
Good story.
Okay.
I mean, it's a good story to me.
Okay.
Well, yeah, you were there.
So,
right?
I am going to say no.
Okay.
I'm going to say no.
All right.
So refresh my memory and let's see if I remember.
All right. So
I think
I had been coming to the Wrestle Factory a number of times, and every time I came to the Wrestle Factory for a show, I wanted to buy a Chikara Wrestle Factory hoodie.
Yep.
And there was never one in my size.
Now
so I ferociously emailed Chikara looking to get in touch with someone, and you were like, well, listen, if we have it in, because I said, I'm at every show. Can't you just bring one to the show? Because I was like, now here's the thing. There was something wrong with the Chikara website, because you would go to order like merch.
Right.
And let's say you were ordering a $20 t-shirt and you lived in Pennsylvania and you went to check out and shipping was $35.
Jeez.
So I was like, there's something wrong. I'm like,
clearly,
I'm here every month. Can't you just bring one?
Just bring me a hoodie.
So you brought me a hoodie, and let me tell you, I still have that hoodie to this day. And when we go to wrestling shows, my wife always wants to wear it when we go to wrestling shows.
Right.
And I have impressed upon her the importance of this hoodie.
Yeah.
Now she yells at me because I probably have like
20
hoodies down.
Too many
hoodies. It's ridiculous. But this is the most important one. I said, because listen, if something happens to this hoodie, I will probably have a heart attack and die, because it is irreplaceable. This is it. Like,
this is it.
It's going to live its life, and then it's going to die, and then it's going to be gone forever, and I'm going to be sad. So I have impressed upon her the importance of this hoodie. So it is. The hoodie has great reverence in our house.
Great reverence.
I have to laugh because as soon as you said the hoodie and then the email, I completely remember that. And it's funny enough, I might still have it. So if I wasn't using my phone, I would totally look it up and read it to you right now.
If you can find that email,
I probably
absolutely
could. But yeah, I don't know why it was like acting up.
It was really
honestly weird. And like it got to the point, man, y'all don't know a lot. Like I did so much as far as the behind the scene part of getting people's merch to them and trying to figure out how to make things cheaper, because the post office was actually changing stuff too.
Always.
And unless you would
always,
but now it was getting worse. Like for years, it was always like the same. And then for some reason around that time, that's when like they kept changing laws with priority mail and
trust me, listen, I work for them. I understand you completely.
Yeah, this is a postal worker here. So
I understand.
If you have complaints,
I understand your pain. I work for them. I'm inside. I'm a clerk. I'm the person that you always going to yell out. Where's his package?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. So we're talking about
a representative of them. I'm just one person.
Right.
You outed yourself, buddy. It's too late.
No. Listen, it's 2015. I want to say.
Yeah.
So I'm like, trying to figure out how to ship the cheapest between priority mail and like flat shipping, and I got all these boxes and all this stuff because like it should have automatically, calculated, but it just wouldn't. So then I had to start manually doing it.
Nope.
That was wild.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's definitely a lot. I can tell from experience.
I remember. Wait, I do have to say this. I think it's safe for me to say this now.
Okay. Maybe.
Well, I think so. I think so. So I remember at first I did not want to be on the Chikara roster.
Oh,
because there was at one point because I was. It was a photo of me, and it said Miss Yolanda on it, and they said there's some merch under it.
Nice, love that name.
Which is cool, right?
It's very cool.
But let me tell you what my brain, how I took it.
Oh no!
But when it was first proposed to me, I said, whatever you do, if you bring up merch online, like don't tag Gimmick 247.
Don't tag me.
Do it.
Don't do it.
Don't you do it. Don't you do it. You tell them to go to chikaramerch@gmail.com. Don't you tell them to tag me.
That's amazing.
Because now you in my territory, and I'm gonna go off. Don't be coming at me like, "Where's my stuff?" Don't be coming at me like I changed my mind. Don't be coming at me.
Oh no! So, other than designing and making merch, you also used to do a podcast.
Yes, hold on here. Now this is great. We have our first Wrestling with Life viewer question since we're live.
Yeah.
Armand says, "Can you ask Yolanda about the podcast she used to do?"
Indeed.
So you're so one of us.
The floor is yours.
First of all, Armand, how dare you?
Armand, how dare you?
Well, once I elaborate, you'll know why. So, funny enough, I just got off the phone with Kyle. So, all right. So, okay. So, oh man. So before I ran the merch at Chikara, obviously I was a fan, but I quickly turned into a vendor.
Right.
Because maybe we'll get into that, but I had a t-shirt brand. And the way I treated everything wasn't just a regular t-shirt brand. And so I also had started a podcast with my right-hand man at the time, Kyle, aka Killer Kyle, aka the Cheesecake God. And we had a podcast called The Shiznit.
Nice.
And The Shiznit, so everybody may not know, but I got the name The Shiznit from I think it is my favorite rap album of all time, which is Snoop Dogg's first album.
Nice.
And he had a radio segment on there.
Yep.
And I said, well, that's what I'm gonna call our what's it called, podcast back then? Yeah, podcast. Yeah. So, but at a certain point, Kyle stepped away.
Right.
And I didn't want to do the podcast by myself.
Sure.
And then shortly, I don't want to say straight up recruited, because I don't know how long it was going to last then. But eventually, I had a three-man crew between me.
Nice.
Armand is amazing, aka Armand who asked that question, and our homie TG. And it was like we had our misfit crew, because people could call in live, and we would just keep people on there as much as we could and just laugh. And then it was on Blog Talk, and Blog Talk would have issues. Sometimes I couldn't even log in, and you couldn't hear me. All you could hear is my sound effects. And Armand would have to, or Gigi would have to start the show without me. And then eventually I get on spazzing out. Or my many trips to I know Armand can't just jump and say stuff, but I'm gonna act like I know you can hear me, so I'll just say it like this. Armand, remember there was so many times it was because this I'm going to Subway. And get and I remember sometimes I would have it live on my way to Subway to get these chocolate chip cookies.
Right.
And,
Right.
Because Subway may not have many great things, but their chocolate chip cookies is the jam.
They were pretty damn good. Damn good.
Yeah. And I remember one time I believe I went to Subway and they ain't had the cookies, and I was and the majority of the show I think was me just hooping and hollering about
these damn cookies.
And we had a lot of guests, especially from Chikara.
Right.
Sure. We had a lot of guests there. We had an award show called, oh my God, did we call it the Shizzies? Did we call it the Shizzies?
The Shizzies.
Oh man. We and it's so crazy because the one thing about the Shiznit that I loved was talking about nonsense news. And back then it was hard to find nonsense news.
Yeah.
Just falling from the sky.
Right. Now it's easy.
Because we loved it. We loved the nonsense. And we would talk about shows we went to, or watching Raw. So our podcast were long as hell.
What, it would just be like 4 or 5 hour long podcast?
Oh my God, they released 3. I'll tell you that they released 3, and like my voice wasn't used to talking so long, so probably hour 2, it's gone. You know what I mean? It's gone. I'm raspy. I don't know who I am, who I is. I tried to start on time, which is like 8 o'clock on Thursdays. Sometimes it get extended to 9 sometimes. And poor Gigi, who lived, or I don't know if he still lives. We lived in Montana, and so the time difference was driving him crazy.
So your friend here has been talking about a storm over here.
Armand's going crazy here. So he agrees with you that Blog Talk was the drizzling shit,
right?
Yep. Now, as far as Subway goes, he says the raspberry cheesecake cookies were amazing from Subway, and I'm with him. They were banging. Oh yeah. He confirms that it was the Shizzies.
The Shizzies.
Thank you. Thank you.
And he makes the bold claim here that he predicted Punk versus Taker at Mania 29 back in January on the Shiznit.
I'm gonna, you know what, Armand, you might as well text me and remind me, because I might forget, but I do want to look that up.
Right. Let me just verify real quick.
So you're saying these?
Because he probably did. I'm not going to deny it.
So you're saying that these 3-hour marathons are still out there for someone to find?
They are, and I'm just going to keep them right now. If you go find them, yes, I'm reckless.
I'm reckless.
I'm reckless. We all reckless. Like I think I was I think I had more balance depending on what it was.
Right.
Yeah.
You probably gonna get a lot of John Cena hate on there.
Oh yes,
John Cena hate.
No. I'm the biggest hater of John Cena in the entire world.
The biggest Cena hater.
Oh,
you have no idea.
I'm January 1st. I'm throwing a party because it means this year's over and we'll never see him again.
Yeah. You have no idea how. Dude. So, what was the event that he made the announcement? Remember, was it Money in the Bank?
After the Rumble.
Wait, after that he was retired?
Yeah.
It was just going to be a year? I think it was. It was
around that time.
Yeah, it was early.
I remember. I'll never forget, because me and Ralph usually will send each other messages during shows.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as Cena came out and did something, he wrote, "Show's ruined. Sucks. It's over." And as soon as Cena said I'm retiring, he was like, "Best show ever. This is amazing. I love this show.
Yeah,
best ending ever."
Literally turned on the dime,
like back to back.
Yep.
He made a post on Facebook saying worst whatever ever, and then 5 minutes later, I rescind that last statement.
Yeah, absolutely. Because listen, I will say this: when it comes to John Cena, I'm reckless. I'm gonna use that too. I'm gonna use that all the time.
Reckless.
Man, I used to be a moderator on a Facebook group some friends of mine had started, and it got moderately successful. Like we're talking like 25,000 people in this Facebook group.
Nice.
So I started, I believe it was March 13th, became I Hate John Cena Day. And we just changed all the graphics to I Hate John Cena. And it was an invitation for people to come on there and post memes about how much they didn't like John Cena. And it just went on all day. And it was magic.
Didn't you on your page also, when Cena lost to The Rock, you had his face on Facebook for like a straight year? When John Cena lost to The Rock at WrestleMania, that first time they wrestled, I took there's a picture of John Cena sitting in the aisleway looking like all sad and whatever
and dejected, and so I made that my profile picture on Facebook, and then I took a picture of The Rock celebrating in the ring, and I made that my banner. I left that on for 1 full year.
1 year.
It was 1 year of Cena hate. So I'm thinking. So Armand confirms that he came up with the name the Shizzies, and Yolanda was against it.
Yolanda, nice spelling.
You know what? Armand, what you get, Armand, because what he did was probably wanted to put. He wasn't sure if he should put YOLO or Yolanda, because he calls the YOLO. So that's why you can see the craziness here. He came up with the Shizzies. I won't say he didn't, because I can't remember. And was like, you know what? Knowing me, I did hate the Shizzies, and this is why, because I thought it sounded corny.
Right.
Now I remember. Yes, I thought it sounded corny because the show was called The Shiznit, Yeah, I mean, it sounds a little hard, and then you go like the shizzies. And I know, and I know why it made sense, because I can't remember the other award shows that like kind of did the same thing. And most likely know with me at the time, I wanted to be nothing close to them.
Right.
I couldn't think of nothing else. I could not think of nothing else. So the shizzies it was. And so one of the flyers, that might have been, I think it's the best flyer ever came up with, Armand. It was I should put on a shirt. It had it had a pimp cup. Let me see. I think it had like a pimp cup, like a chapel or something. Nice. I think it had 2 big booty women on one side, on each side, a car, gold fried chicken. It was something like reckless.
That's crazy.
Just reckless.
Crazy.
We.
So you and Armand are officially invited to the Cena haters.
We're gonna have a
retirement party because Armand is apparently also a Cena hater.
Yeah, he says a Cena hater, but I'm trolling people now praising Cena. I love it.
Of course.
Armand and I would get along very well. We'd be best friends immediately.
Here's the thing. I'm surprised Armand, you hit me up, because here's the gag. Now that he's finally healed, now I'm happy. I feel like all the struggle and strife that he put me through for being a face for so long, going to shows and kids all around me, and I'm feeling bad and I don't want to say mean things, so now I gotta hide my insides is boiling because I want to boo. And next to me, little Timmy and Johnny going yay. But I never forget, I was at a No Way Out. Is it No Way Out? I think it was a No Way Out pay-per-view. Prudential Center, maybe?
Okay.
I don't think I was at the Garden this time, but it was him versus Randy.
Right.
Sure.
And I already got it in my brain that Cena's going to win, because at the time, right, Super Cena, he would always win.
Right. Yeah. Sure.
And I remember I'm now next to a whole bunch of kids. Randy actually wins, and I lose it. I don't care about the kids at all. I jump up and down. I think that was when I finally learned Randy Orton's song, because they kept playing it on loop.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
But now that he's the heel now, and all the people who grew up are crying. Oh, put your tears in my cup. Put your tears in my cup.
Tears in my cup.
Oh, good Lord. Listen,
the people like us deserve it. Let me see your dreams crushed.
Yes. Yes.
Let's watch Cena ruin wrestling, as he says he's going to.
Listen. I said when he came out the next night and they were booing the hell out of him, or the next Friday, and they were booing the hell out of him, I said to my wife, I'm like, I am so glad that the rest of the world sees what I saw 25 years ago. Like I've been preaching this shit for 25 years. Like, and listen, things are about to get real reckless here.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Armand says the best player YOLO came up with was when I was going to talk about my time at Exotica. Oh man! You guys were like,
we were talking about all that stuff.
Reckless is the word.
Yeah, we were reckless
on 11.
Oh yeah, we talked about China. That pops up in my memory thing sometimes. About China's film debut. We talked about that.
Oh no!
Oh my God! Yeah, we did. Because we love nonsense news, and that was
of course.
with her film with X-Pac.
Yeah, or whoever,
or
whoever. I think this is the She-Hulk. I think this is the She-Hulk one, or I really think it's that one.
There's a lot. There's
a lot, but I think that is the one that we talked about. And not to put them on Front Street, but I think Gigi might have been the one. One of them wasn't me. I never watched it.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah. Good.
It might have been Gigi. Armand, no telling yourself if it's you. Don't put it on Gigi, because I know it wasn't me. But we laughed. Anyway, we laughed. Anyway, we cackled the night away.
You can't watch a film like that and go to church on Sunday morning.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
They won't have you. Now listen.
Absolutely not.
Now listen,
after that, I would have burnt in church.
So, Armand here, we got one more comment about Cena, and then I think we're gonna have to move on from Cena.
Okay.
Cena saying he wants to ruin wrestling. I want Finger Poke of Doom 2 to happen at SummerSlam at MetLife because I'm going to be there and I want to see all the crybabies walking out. I love it. Forget Cody crybabies. Crybabies is what it
crazy.
is.
Well, Armand, that brings me joy. I ain't get my ticket yet. I'll figure it out, but I will be in the building. So I'll see you, give you a big hug, and we'll cackle about something. Yeah, that's what I thought. It was the She-Hulk joint.
Yeah, it was She-Hulk. Let's bring it back to somewhat a little bit more PG because we kind of a little fan was there. So how did you figure out that you to make wrestling gear after you were just making like regular fashion designs? How did you transition from fashion designing to making wrestling gear?
So all right. So when I was let me see. So 07, 08, 08. So 08 was the year of crappy WWE t-shirts, like real bad.
Right.
And that is when I thought about designing wrestling t-shirts.
Mm-hmm.
But I was debating on should I go into gear designing first or t-shirt. And funny enough, I developed a rapport with Claudio and asked him what made the most sense. And he said it'd be easier if you do the t-shirts first. Because at the time, I worked for, let me see, like Hurley. So a lot of their graphics and Echo and all kinds of stuff. So like I knew about t-shirts, screen printing, all different type of applications. So yeah, that definitely would have been the easy route for me. So that's the way I went. So let's see. Then I'm trying to fast forward or I'm trying not to say stuff that you probably want to ask me. But I stopped designing t-shirts for particular reasons because I already dabbled and designed for Sarah, right? And then maybe some more people after that. Claudio might have been after her. See, it gets a little fuzzy. I have to go look at stuff because Claudio hit me up when he went to FCW.
Right.
So, because so I started designing for Claudio, and then eventually stopped designing t-shirts for people, and then it went strictly into designing wrestling gear. So it's not a complete. I went to designing clothes to gear. It was the t-shirts came first.
Okay,
gotcha.
And then the gear, because I was debating at an earlier stage, and then went the easier route, which definitely was the smartest one.
Now, would they bring you designs, or would they trust in you to make the awesome designs for them?
So, and just to clarify, I literally only designed. The only gear I ever made was Vin Gerard's, and after that, I said I ain't making nobody's gear.
Okay.
So more than likely, I want to say I designed everything for many years.
Okay.
With nobody giving me nothing.
There you go. You call them out right now.
Nothing.
You ain't giving me nothing.
Yeah. It was very, you had the few that didn't know what the hell they wanted. You had the few who had ideas, which was great. Because for the most part, I had to either pull ideas out of you to understand what you wanted.
Right.
Or if you had too many ideas, I had to tell you what was reality. Because even though I didn't sew the gear, right?
Yeah.
And that was the crazy part. I didn't sew the gear, but I worked in the fashion and apparel industry, right? And part of my job is to tell whoever makes the gear how to do it.
Right.
I just didn't want to do it, but I knew how things worked.
Yeah.
For the most part, then. And so I would help them because they would maybe they had something that was that could be better for sublimation print.
Right.
But not too many gear makers got a sublimation machine. You know, they're cutting stuff. They're doing applique. They're cutting stuff out. You know, this is before the heat press.
Yeah.
Everybody, mama now heat pressing stuff. We're doing that. What's that thing called? Oh, I forgot the name. Cricket.
Yeah,
Right.
Cricket making everybody's life easier. But back in the day, when no daggone cricket, you cut stuff out.
It was chirping like a cricket.
Right.
Yeah, ain't no.
Yeah,
Cricket.
it was chirp. It wasn't cricket. It was chirp.
Yeah, chirp. So I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that you designed some gear for a close personal friend of ours, someone who's been on the show, who has talked to us many times. You've designed some gear for Drew Gulak, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yes, I have.
I seem to remember some gear in some Flyers colors.
Yes, that's my favorite of his. That's one of my favorites.
Yeah,
because it's toss-up.
Yeah,
it's definitely one of my favorites. I think okay. So, damn, I have designed a lot of his gear. Majority of it is me.
There you go.
I just really had a flashback of that. So, as a whole totality, because I designed the boots too, that is my favorite gear of all time.
Nice.
But if I want to talk about coats, ooh, so there's two coats that I designed for him. The first one had a cave, and unfortunately, it is no longer with us.
Oh.
But my grandfather made it.
Oh, wow.
Oh, nice. Wow.
Jeez.
The second one, a young lady made it, but I had to put the studs on it.
Okay.
I think Drew would get upset if I do this. Hold on.
Uh-oh. Watch out, Drew.
Drew, if you're watching, if this is bad, I apologize. If this is good, it was partly my idea to ask about you.
Right.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Get ready.
Oh boy.
You see it?
Oh, wow.
So I have the second coat.
Incredible.
That on what's it called? What's the CWC called? Cruiserweight Classic?
Cruiserweight Classic, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I need to put more studs on it. Oh, don't yell at me, Drew. No, I haven't had time to put more studs on it. Work has been busy, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to show it back up. But yeah,
awesome.
But I picked out, I'm pretty sure I picked out all the material. If I remember correctly, I did. I think, I'm not lying. I can't remember. Sometimes I remember picking out material at one point, but yeah, but really cool coat. Lasted this long. We're talking about what, 2016?
Wow.
Yeah.
2016. So this is almost a 10-year coat.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty sweet.
Very
So yeah. I have too many of gear that I design. I shoot, I barely see it in person, honestly.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, Drew, that's family.
Oh yeah.
He's become family on this show, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, you know, we've talked to him a lot, but we were talking a little earlier about Power Pro Lucha, and I mean that was like old home days. That was like a giant reunion.
Yeah,
all the people that
literally
you saw there. Seriously.
Oh, man, yeah, that definitely. And you know, it gave me low key King of Trios. So
yeah,
the way King of Trios always felt that right. At least that first day was like a family reunion.
Oh,
always felt that way.
Are you going to the show next weekend?
Yes. I gotta hurry about my daggone ticket. I'm always last minute.
Oh no, you better hurry up. They're sold out fast. You better hurry up.
No, I know. So I should do it. If I'll do it tonight, I'll do it tomorrow. But I hate that I do this to myself. But whatever. I'll definitely be there. But yes, I'm excited. I really enjoyed the first show. They did a great job. It's a cool venue.
The venue is so cool.
Yeah,
so cool.
I really like it. Like, of course, you want them to get bigger, but there's a part of me that goes, stay upstairs, don't go downstairs. It's cooler upstairs.
I mean, it's, to have your debut at a venue like that. I mean, what?
Yeah.
How much higher can you get? Like,
no, it's pretty sweet. Like, I love lighting. You know, I tell people, well, whatever. I'm gonna keep it real. Sorry. So I am at the point where I don't go to every wrestling show under the sun like I used to.
Right.
Sure.
Right.
I don't. Right. And there's certain environments that I like better now to be if I come out the house.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if it gives me low key, I wouldn't say like a club, but kind of, I'm there. I'm there. If it got a vibe, I'm there. And then this has a complete vibe. It had the monitors. And then like get it, all those monitors. It was crazy.
Yeah.
So cool. So cool.
Very, very special. So talking about old things. So tell me about your love of Uno.
My love of who?
Uno, the card game. Because we got to talk about Uno. Now this goes along with the fan conclave, because King of Trios weekend was King of Trios weekend, but that fan conclave was something else, man.
It's so cool. My favorite.
So, man, do I love Uno. So when I first debuted Gimmicks Wrestling Tees, it was at Chikara's King of Trios Night 1, 2009. And I never had a blueprint, now that I think about it, for almost anything I did.
Right.
I knew I wanted it not to be a regular t-shirt thing. And so I had my mom was face painting. Man, I'm crazy. She was face painting kids. I had candy. I had something else. I really would have loved a little speaker DJ Chumpy if I really could have. But cause I remember having like games or something. But like little things. But the one thing I had for sure was Uno cards.
Right.
And so every Trios year, even as a vendor, because I was vending for King of Trios first, for like the first 4 years, maybe. I'm trying to remember. And I would always have Uno, but it'd be as a vendor. So you just come over, like, listen, of course I want you to buy my merch, but at the same, but we're gonna make this fun as well. And then eventually, when I started working for Chikara, I asked, can I please have the Uno as far as fan conclave?
Right.
And I was granted that. And I think, see, this is where I'm getting confused. I think the first year I did it, was it Germany? Germany, I'm sorry. Was it the UK? I don't remember if I did it before the UK. We went to the UK in 2017. I don't remember doing Uno in 2016. I don't think I did. I think the first one is in the UK, and there was no table, so I used the bottom of a cardboard box. It had some chairs around it, and it was a bunch of us. I had a fresh box too, and there's a recording. I have a recording of it, of me introducing Uno to everybody. And I said the first thing the first rules about Uno is I think I said there are no rules or something like that.
Yeah, it was something along those lines.
And I threw because like I didn't learn how to play with reading the rules, the direction. Ever. I learned from family, aka I like to call them hood rules. And so that's what I told them. I told them the hood rules, as Ralph knows, that I like to play. You know, so, I want you to collect books. That's how much I want to stack you. A Harry Potter book, if I could.
So I gather when you play, you are ruthless and you play.
Oh, she's not just ruthless; she's reckless.
Reckless.
Oh. Yeah. Reckless and ruthless, baby. That's right.
It's so off the hook, it's off the chain. She's so out of pocket, it's out of hand. It's on the floor.
And your friend Armand here says Yolo does the hood rules, which are the correct rules.
The correct rules.
Yes.
Correct rules.
Yeah. Because they had the nerve, and everybody was sending me this on Twitter before my Twitter got hacked. But I still, part of me still mad about that bunch of suckers. But but when Uno would put out thank you. Would put out tweets about what would they say? You can't stack with draw 4.
Right.
Oh, right.
People would send that to me.
Screw
all
that.
the time.
Screw that.
I'm like, I don't give a damn what they say.
That's
I'm
right.
dropping a draw full on y'all.
Yes, that's right. And listen, so I was there for that very first Uno session at Fan Conclave in 2018, and I will never forget in my life Jeremy Leary threw a chair. He was so mad about getting his ass whipped in Uno that he literally threw a chair. Oh man, I did that. I missed that guy because he was a lot of fun. I remember there was one intermission that they were playing. They were playing Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen. So he stood up on a chair and led the entire crowd in a sing along of.
That
guy was just so much fun.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed Jeremy Leary at Chikara. I'm laughing because I literally remember that video because you hear me yelling, "Sore loser, sore loser."
I was at that King of Trios, so I think that's where I may have met Yolanda because I may have walked past the table and said, "Oh, what's going on over here?"
Yeah, listen, man, there was a lot of stuff going on at that Fan Conclave, but nothing was more important than the Uno game.
I know the Uno
because the Uno game was serious, like
serious
people
stuff.
were not
serious.
That was not for fun. That was for serious.
Your lives. So that's right.
Yeah. I encourage trash talk, family friendly trash talk. I was here for it. Let's go.
There are
that to me was the fun.
There are two games I think that make or break friendships and relationships. One being Uno, and two being Monopoly.
Monopoly will break up families.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
I think that's the worst one. Uno, they may not talk to you for a while, but it doesn't talk to you. I think Monopoly, they won't talk to you ever again.
No, because you can't. There is literally no way. Like Uno is one thing, but there's no way to play Monopoly for fun.
No,
there's no way.
You can't.
No, and when you're winning, people don't care if you're trash. If you're not saying a word to them, you're just winning. They don't care. They hate you.
They hate you.
They hate you.
You took all their money, all their property.
Right.
Yeah, Boardwalk with 4 hotels, and that was the worst.
The worst is trying to make deals with other people to like swap and some just won't budge. Like, nope, not giving it up. Nope.
Yeah. You in jail for life. You ain't collecting no money
for the rest of the game. What?
Yep.
What do you mean?
Listen, Uno is serious in this house here. We are Uno collectors. I believe
you have so many Uno cards at this point.
I believe we're close to like 100 different decks.
Oh, well, that's sweet.
Yeah, I just collect.
Did you? I'm so mad I did not buy this. But did you ever get the party deck?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm about to look on. I thought about it recently. I was like, I should go on eBay and see if somebody had it, or something. Because I did not think they were going to. I thought that they were made to be distributed like regular Uno. I did not know it was a limited time. Limited run, and I was so pissed at myself because I religiously watched the party like Uno. Like I remember when Claudio first started playing Uno by himself on Twitch.
Oh yeah,
like I remember before they even started it. Like I remember that he was playing, other people, and I'm yelling at the screen like, "Save your draw 4s!"
That's great.
Yeah,
I got video of me like commentating and laughing. Like I watch it, like I watch old the party Uno now, but they're so funny. Like Claudio has a new coffee now. I think he just debuted it, launched it today, and one of them says espresso with it.
Nice.
Which is a call to me anyway, a call to Uno where Breeze yelled at him and said, "That's what you get, espresso." So like. Nice. So I got the nod to that. And so like his nickname for a while was Espresso.
Right.
Well, we started. So I mean, I had a ton of Uno decks to begin with, but we started really when the 50th anniversary hit, and so we made sure that we bought like every single thing they put out for the 50th anniversary. Like we have it all.
Right.
And then it just kind of took off from there. My wife really started it because she bought me WWE Uno for Christmas.
Of course.
And like, yeah, that was just it. But yeah, Uno's very serious here. We got all kinds of stuff. And when I'm out, like if I go to thrift stores and stuff like that, I look for Unos. We found we got an Uno from the year that she was born.
Oh, wow.
We got an Uno from the year that I was born.
Wow.
And I believe the Uno that we got, the one deck was from 1976, I believe.
Wow.
And it wasn't.
Wow, that's amazing.
And I found it at a thrift store. Yeah, so I'm always looking for that
crazy.
stuff in thrift stores.
I love that. Yeah, I still have cause I have a new one, but I still have my old one that's filthy because I would just keep it in my book bag, and I would just take it. Like I would take them to different wrestling shows.
Oh yeah,
right.
And just pull them out. Like okay, yeah, it's getting boring. Yeah, let's pull this Uno out real quick.
Uno is universal.
Yes,
like everybody knows Uno.
Yes,
like, that's just
it brings people together in a way. Even though you get start some arguments.
It brings people together.
It does bring people together
in a reckless kind of way.
Party.
But real quick before we get out of here, I do want to add, and I do want to pull it up because he makes a fact here. Your friend Armand has a factoid about Monopoly that it leads to divorce.
Oh, that's for sure. That should be a category for divorce.
Right. Monopoly should be a category for divorce.
Oh my God, Armand's right. Bringing up happy homes everywhere.
Right. Absolutely.
Oh, that'd be a great shirt.
Monopoly. ruining happy homes everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be great. Okay, so we're gonna see it Power Pro Lucha in a couple weeks. Very exciting, and I gotta say, their first show was
a banger.
Great. I mean, it was really good. But if you look at this next show that they have, man, because I was going through it today, and I'm like, wow, man, this card is just
stacked.
It's a huge card.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much going on, and it's just it's good. Because again, it brings back that family feeling and that vibe that we used to have. And I say this all the time, we need more good people in wrestling, and good people are running this company.
Yes.
And I think that is what makes it so special, because there's good people running it, and you go and you have a good time, and you hang out with your friends, and
that's
make new friends, and like it is what we used to do every month in Philly.
Yeah. I'm so happy and so proud. Of the owners, promoters. So cool to see this come to fruition, and like again, such a large turnout. Thank goodness I still have next week to post, because I am late. I'm so late when it comes to posting stuff. But I did do I started editing, and I might have to edit some more so I can don't have to post 4 things, at least 3. But I'm trying to condense it enough where it's easy to post, so I can talk about it for them next week. By any chance, because sometimes I'm on social media for a long time, and most of the time I'm not. Do we have any clue who the phone can't die now? Hold on.
Okay. All right.
Hold on. That joint says 5%.
Okay.
Give me a second. Bam, got it.
Well, we're gonna go back.
We good. I got a plug. I got to answer this question.
All right, go ahead. We'll talk to Armand.
The guy, the Hawk, who missed.
Poison Hawk, the green one.
Yeah,
because they call him if you watch the replay, which is available on IWTV, and if you don't have IWTV,
do it.
Get to independentwrestling.tv,
sign up. Doing
hundreds of promotions, thousands of hours of content, and you can watch Power Pro Lucha on there.
Watch Power Pro.
But during the show on commentary, they call him Poison Hawk.
Yeah.
So that is, according to I guess that would have been Dr. Ethan Wild and Alyssa Marino at that point. That this was before Ethan got kicked out
Yeah.
by Avery Good.
Yep.
But yes,
Yeah.
They refer to him as Poison Hawk.
Right.
Yes.
Wow.
So
I look forward.
so think about this. Like, so we're talking about like heel turns, and we're talking about, you know, who would have ever imagined that we would see a heel Cyberhawk?
Right.
Now, what if we see a
Never.
whole team of heel Cyberhawks?
Cyberhawk.
Like,
That'd be sick.
there's so many things that could be going down here. Like, it's
I
just,
know.
it's amazing to me. But like, so many good things are happening. Like we have
Right.
that. We have a brand new ant.
Yeah.
Who's been making the rounds? Cutter Ant.
Yep.
In his
Yeah.
I love him in his flannel with the sleeves blown out.
Right.
Like, dude,
Yeah, you gotta cut it.
Yeah.
so good. So many great things happening there. And a lot of good people are getting an opportunity to wrestle there, which is
Right.
great. You know, Citywide Street Gang, we just had them
Yep.
on.
Oh, I love them.
They're great.
They are amazing.
amazing.
They are
I love them.
such a good
Amazing.
conversation with them. Harleen Lopez, I'm so
Yes.
excited because like this is like her first time really kind of playing the good guy.
Right.
And like she was amazing at the last
Yeah.
show. She was
Yes.
really good. It
She was.
Yeah.
you know, so it's just great to see these people getting a chance to work together.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a crazy show.
I look so forward to it. I want to see what happened with Matt Mikowski.
Yeah.
Weapon X.
Yeah.
Terminator X. Weapon X. I'm just joking. Weapon X.
Yeah, the shark
But I
shooter
do
is
look forward to seeing that.
Right.
That was crazy.
Yeah. There's so many great things going on, and I love that they are bringing back the idea of long-term storytelling.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
that is what they are super
Yeah.
excited about, and I think it's sorely needed on the independents these days because
Yeah.
I live close to a lot of the independents that run,
Yep.
and you're not seeing it.
Right.
You know, you go from
No.
show to show, and it's just like, you know, this guy's wrestling this guy. Well, why? You know,
Right.
there's
Yeah.
All right, so Armand threw this in there. Uno leads to fist fights.
True.
That's for sure. Like you get the police show up and they're like, all right, how many drinks have you had?
Right.
None. 4 rounds of Uno.
Right.
Like,
Right.
now he does ask, does Power Pro Lucha do tickets at the door? So here's what I will say about that. Power Pro Lucha sells out very quickly.
Yes. Very quickly.
I know that their last show, I believe by the time there was showtime, there was standing room only left. So you
Right.
could come up to the door and get standing room only. And I imagine that it's going to be that way this time as well.
Right.
Yep.
You know, but definitely if you're going to get tickets to Power Pro Lucha, do not wait. Do not sleep on it because they are movers and shakers, and they are really becoming something special. And I have a feeling that these shows are going to sell out super quick
Every time.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Absolutely.
All right. Well, this has been amazing, and I can tell you right now, this is just one of many appearances.
Yes.
I can imagine because we have so many great things to talk about, so
Right.
many things
Absolutely.
to just chop it
That's
up
so
about.
true.
You know, we did. Now listen, we didn't. We were talking about Chikara wrestlers. We didn't even get to my secret favorite wrestler because everyone who knows me knows who my favorite wrestler is in Chikara. It's obvious. I mean, I was his only fan.
Right.
I was called out on social media. I was on the Chikara podcast, called his only fan, you know.
Right.
But my secret favorite is the leader of the band, Archibald Peck.
Yeah.
I am the biggest like time travel nerd you will meet. I have a poster on my wall over here from the Enchantment Under the Sea dance for I am such a time travel nerd.
Right.
And I absolutely love everything they did with him. When years later, I believe it was at Top Banana, when Quack was standing in the ring and talking about the Chikara yearbook, and the lights go out and they come back on, and Archibald Peck is just in the ring. Like, come on.
Right.
I mean, so good. But yeah, a lot of things to get into, a lot of things to talk about.
So much. I still got my Marchie Archie t-shirt. The purple,
that's
the purple one.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure I have every Chikara shirt I've purchased.
Nice.
That's
nice.
Yeah, and a 30-gallon tote. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right. Sure.
Yeah, I gotta stack them. I was just wearing my Gentleman's Club t-shirt the other day.
Right.
Oh,
I-
sweet.
Yes,
Oh. I would be remiss if I didn't show my shirt.
Oh, yes,
Let's
please.
see if I can do this.
Show it real quick.
And it's funny, I just started wearing this shirt last week, but if you remember this shirt came out in 2016, I think.
Oh, okay.
This is the Whispers.
Wow.
Right.
Yes.
Shirt. If you remember back then.
Yes.
You see all the shush. I believe he might have debuted this in the UK, but I don't think I bought it until we were home.
Right.
I can tell you, now these are two things I specifically miss from those days. Number one, sitting next to Travis Huckabee's parents at shows, because I don't think there was anybody in the crowd more enthusiastic to boo him than his own parents.
Right.
Yeah, especially his mom.
Yes. Oh, she's a trip. And then the Whispers grandmother. Come on, she was great.
Yo!
Oh, she was the best. I would end up sitting next to her front row all the time, and I was like, she was so great, because she was a fan of everything. Like, obviously, she loved her grandson, but she was a good person to sit next to.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Oh boy, man, so many things. All right, well,
true.
Well, we're gonna have to wrap it up here. We could get on to all kinds of tangents, but that
it's so much fun. Long overdue, but it finally happened.
Well, we will make sure that we do this again.
Absolutely.
We're gonna have to get some kind of Uno live stream going at some point too, because we got to show these people how it's done.
Oh man, I don't know if I'm here for it, but I don't know if the world is ready for that.
Listen,
we're gonna make it happen, Captain.
That's right. We're gonna, reckless Uno.
That's right.
All right.
Well, as you've been seeing at the bottom of the screen, please follow Yolanda on Instagram at gimmicks247.
Yes.
You can also check out gimmicks247 on Linktree, which is going to take you to all of her important links and all the stuff you need to know.
Yep.
So definitely, if you are in the market for any type of gear design, fashion design, whatever you need, Yolanda is your person. So definitely hit her up. Awesome. Well, this has been so much fun.
Yes.
We're looking forward to seeing you at
Power
Link
Pro.
to the Past. Yep. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yes, it is. It's gonna be so much fun.
I'm really glad we were able to do this. It was so great being able to reconnect with you after all these years, because it's such a huge part of your life,
Right.
I mean, we're family.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's what it is. Mm-hmm. And a lot of good memories. Sometimes I will get on IWTV, and I'll look at some old Chikara shows. Maybe we'll talk about one of our favorite ones.
Yeah,
but I got one that's like my favorite of all time for probably all the wrong reasons.
All right. Yeah, let's hold off on that,
but I'll hold off on that for another time. But it's my favorite to this day.
Awesome. Yeah, so many great things we can talk about. All right. Well, this has been tremendous fun, and believe me, you are welcome here anytime. And I
thank you guys.
Work hard to make you a repeat guest on this show, because we have a lot of fun. So
yes.
All right. Well, for the fabulous Miss Yolanda, our special guest tonight on our first ever live episode of Wrestling with Life, for Parmesan, I'm King Ralph. Remember, kindness is free, so be kind to each other. God bless you, and we will see you all next time.
You're still here? It's over. Go home.